I'm Dudley Lynch, and this is commentary from LeapPsych, the blog on thinking skills. I've received a lot of what I've been calling oops dispatches lately. For a few weeks after Mr. Trump's triumph, that's pretty much all more than a few of my colleagues could manage to say. Oops. They were clearly not expecting this outcome in the U.S. presidential elections. Once they said oops, they more or less went silent. In reply, I tried humor, irony too, even a little history. Remember, I suggested, what happened when Alexander the Great overran his supply lines. Sometimes I got no reply at all, or I received empty words when a humorous retort to my humorous effort would have been a friend's reasonable response to a friend's reaching out. So, okay. Mr. Trump's election is unbelievable. Mr. Trump is often unbelievable. What's a Dolphin thinker to do? Some suggestions. Number 1. Be eternally Socratic in discussing the president-elect with people who admire him. Remember that the jolly-faced Greek philosophers Lynch's method of disagreeing with people was a form of, quote, cooperative, argumentative dialogue, unquote. At least that's the way Wikipedia puts it. In the days and weeks ahead, don't waste an ounce of your brain power goaded on by something Mr. Trump says or does, or something that someone says he said or has done or plans to do or wouldn't do. Always be thinking, what would Socrates think or say next? Do this even when you're talking only to yourself. Number 2. Assume that you know as much as anyone else about what's happening. The experts, quote unquote, didn't see this, whatever it is, coming. So they should be considered equally clueless about where it, whatever it turns out to be, is going. Number 3. Use all your abilities to A. discard what's spurious, and B. judge what is likely to be real. For my money, these are the truest things I've learned so far about Mr. Trump's personality. First, something he said himself. Quote, I'm smart, unquote. I think he really does have a solid IQ. And then this, from his wife, Melania, quote, I have 2 boys at home, unquote. Yes, the soon-to-be leader of the free world is best understood as a shrewd adolescent. That explains a lot, doesn't it? Number 4. Understand why political explanations of his behavior have fallen so short. It's because he's not a politician. He's a businessman, an unmitigated capitalist. It has been suggested that he wants to take us back to the 1980s, but that's wrong. He wants to take us back to the 1920s. We need to remember how that ended. Number 5. Don't expect wisdom from our soon-to-be president that he can't conjure. He can learn quickly on the job? Yes. Do the right thing? It's going to happen from time to time. Make America work for the better? In some aspects, it likely will. But don't ever mistake Mr. Trump's propensity for doing things differently for emerging dolphin thinking or behavior. Before he could begin, quote, doing the next right, smart thing, come hell or high water, he'd have to understand and develop mastery of two thoroughly sacrificial worldviews that lie beyond the expressive ones he's used throughout his adult life. At age 70, from the 66th floor of Trump Tower, with the bank balance at least in the many millions, with an ego indivisible by only one, and a near zero capacity for the Socratic Lynch's method of disagreeing, it ain't going to happen. So we need to get used to more oops than usual. We've done it before, and we can get through it. And that's our commentary from LeapPsych, the blog on finding and mobilizing what needs to come next. You can read this entire blog item on our website at braintechnologies.com. Thanks for listening.